Hello YouTube, this is a game engine I've been working on, and in this scene I have skybox, physics using bullet, bloom, and a nice lighting model thanks to Disney's open source BRDF Explorer. I also have environment lighting or environment mapping on these teapots, so you can see the reflection of the skybox. As you can see, the bloom makes everything really bright. That can be adjusted though. It might be a bit too much right here, but I kind of like it. It gives it a nice look. But it's definitely too much on the skybox. Over here I have terrain, which is generated at runtime by the game engine using open simplex noise. So this can technically go on forever, other than floating point precision issues, which you can see in games like Minecraft where things go really funky at the end. And again, more monkey heads. You may also notice that I have cascaded shadow maps in here. And I'll just show you how far this terrain can go. Well, obviously not how far it can actually go, but I'll show you a bit of it. The terrain uses a chunk system, so anything that I don't need gets deleted, like that. New things are generated at runtime. This system would give possibility for very vast worlds. So you can see there's a slight frame rate drop when you're flying fast, but if you just stand still for a second, it recovers as it deletes the older chunks. You can see it drop down from 90 to about 85 now. But I'll wait a second, and that goes back up to 97. Over here, I have what's called environment probes. These would be placed around your scene, and they collect information about the other objects in the scene, so you can use reflections. Sadly, these are only for static objects, and you wouldn't be able to see things that are dynamically moving like other players or enemies. But you can blur the texture a lot and have great image-based lighting. The cube maps are also corrected locally, so you can see that everything looks like it's in the right place, for the most part at least. This is also an example of our gold material, using physically based shading. You can also see a new type of camera in here, a chase camera, which follows an object. Over here I have an example of fast approximate anti-aliasing, and this is done in a shader. What this does is it essentially blurs the edges so things will look a lot smoother than they would without it. I'll start by turning it off, and you can see how ugly the edges look of the geometry. Everything looks really pixelated and edgy. And then I'll turn it on, and you can see that it makes things look a lot better. There are still some problems, like that antenna being too thin, but it's definitely an improvement. And over here, you can see my example of Skydome along with some water. Now, some stuff needs to be added to this, including fixing the specular highlights, as they're a little bit off. And they kind of go away as you move around. Also, I need to add some things like a moon to the Skydome. But you can see it looks pretty nice with this the stars and this cloud map. The clouds are actually generated in a fragment shader, and they're procedural. Overall, I know a lot of things need work, but I'm happy with how it's coming out. Anyways, thanks for watching, and please check out my other videos if this interested you, as I'll be posting a lot more about my engine as I work on it. Thanks.